Good evening, everyone. Okay, I am Ishwari Ramarao from Group 6, along with my team members Fallon, Jane, and Atibin, Bhavatarni Balasubramaniam, and Nur Shamira binti Samsul Khairini. Today, we will be discussing about differentiated instruction in classroom. Okay, differentiated instruction involves the way that teachers respond to the needs of all the students. Generally, this thought of as being about providing multiple access point or way of offering information so that as a student with differing needs can learn and grow. So in this discussion, we will be focusing on why the need of differentiated instruction in the classroom, and we will also like to share our own experiences as a student and as a teacher. Okay, Ms. Bhavatarni, you may start your point and also do share us why the need for the differentiated instruction in the classroom.
Okay. Hi, Miss Ishri. Thank you for opening up a question to me. So first of all, I would like to explain the differentiated instruction. A teaching strategy known as differentiated instruction acknowledge and addresses the various learning requirements of each student. So based on my readings and knowledge, as well as thinking back on my experiences as a teacher and a student during my time, that diversified teaching is essential in a classroom for a number of reasons. So let's go to why there is a need for differentiated instruction for students. When I was a student, I find that teachers' ability to diverse teaching had a big impact on how successful my learning experience was. So students come from a variety of background and have different learning styles. While some students pick up concepts very quickly and some need more time and assistance, which is me myself because I need more time and assistance. And teachers provide us students in several ways to obtain knowledge by implementing differentiation tactics. Because of these, students with different learning styles interact with the content in ways that play their strength and encourage greater comprehension and retention. So it also recognizes that students also have varying degrees of prior knowledge and abilities when they enter the classroom uh, for the first time. Content may be modified to take into account these variations and guarantee that every learner or student is properly challenged and supported. So, for instance, if you talk about advanced students, this could be beneficial for them when they try to uh, take up more challenging assignments and questions, while for the struggling students, the average and below average students, they might need more assistance and scaffolding. So hence it also proves that students learning methods and interests are varying. While some people can learn well and some people do not learn well, they might need uh, a visual aid or hands-on activities or spoken teaching and many more. So other than that, teachers may accommodate varying skills. In addition, the backgrounds and abilities of pupils are varied. Since because of that, um, teachers can make sure that every student is suitably challenged and supported using differentiated teaching. Aside from that, inclusion is also a crucial component of contemporary education. By offering every students the assistance that they need, differentiated education contributes the development of an inclusive atmosphere. Proceeding now, that students' motivation and engagement are also increased. So when education is customized to each student's interests and skills, students are more likely to participate actively in the classroom. Additionally, by encouraging students to approach assignments and issues in diverse ways, differentiated education promotes critical thinking abilities. By doing this, it is ensured that Tests are impartial and accurately presents the skills of each student. Thank you. And now I would like to throw out this question to my friend over here, Miss Shamira. Why do you think there is a need for differentiated instructions for teachers?
Ms. Bawa. As for teachers, differentiated instruction driven by an ad, inadequacy of one size fits all approach. Acknowledge, knowledges and acknowledges and caters to the diverse needs, learning styles, and readiness levels of students. Therefore, it fosters an inclusive learning environment by accommodating various learning preferences through tailored teaching methods. This educational approach ensures equitable access to the curriculum, addressing individual strengths and weaknesses, including accommodating students with disabilities. Therefore, by recognizing and valuing each student's uniqueness, teachers can create supportive classroom atmosphere that enhance motivation and a sense of belonging for the students. Therefore, ultimately, in the end, differentiated instruction not only improves the educational experience, the educational journey, but also creates an equal, inclusive, and encouraging environment that honors and optimizes every student's potential for success in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Shamira. So, Miss Jane, what do you think about how the differentiated instruction address the critical components?
Okay, thank you for the question, Miss Bawatani. Okay, so in order to differentiate instruction, a teacher must consider a various crucial components such as readiness, interest, learning style, and environment while developing appropriate and successful teaching strategy. So among the first component is about student readiness, where it is one of the core aspects that should be considered in differentiating teaching because it is very important for the teacher to know the level of skill or the knowledge of student both in strengths and weaknesses also because it can help the teacher to plan more effective and comprehensive lessons. Okay, for the second component is about student interest. Differentiating teaching require a consideration of student interest. Teachers who are aware of their student interests will implement ways that connect learning topic to their daily life or interests. For instance, in group activities, right, where teacher can engage their student in discussion activities that use example from ordinary life or personal experience to help them to connect or build relationship with the topic they have learned in class. This is encourage teacher to give a space to their student to share their own experience and their own idea in the discussion session. So from this activity, the teacher not only can attract their student interest, but this activity also can build a positive relationship between student and the teachers. I think we all know that each student learning style is unique. Therefore, differentiating instruction require adaptation based on the individual learning style. So it's very important for teacher to have understanding of the weakness, the uniqueness of each student learning style to play an important role in the effective teachings and learning process. This is because by adjusting the teaching to each student learning style, it can help the teacher to increase understanding, their motivation,
and also their involvement in the learning process. When teacher identify the learning style each of their student, here the teacher can organize teaching strategies that are more suitable to their student learning needs. Okay, last but not least, the next component is about the learning environment. This learning environment
including the physical, social, and cultural environment, play an important role in differentiations, where the teachers who understanding cultural diversity in the classroom will plan lessons that consider this diversity by ensuring inclusive the teacher-friendly environment can help students feel more comfortable in the class and it also can give them the confidence in interact with their friends, with their teachers, and the student to share their own ideas in class and it also can encourage our students to learn from each other in their process of growing. So to conclude what I said above, We know that this differentiation in teaching involve a responsive approach to the diversity of each student, which is, as I said, that by considering the readiness, the interest, the learning style, and environment of student, the teacher can formulate a teaching strategy that is more effective and support more effective learning for all the students. So through this differentiated approach, each student can feel more recognized and encouraged to reach their maximum potential in the learning context. Okay, that's all from my part. Thank you.
Moving on, Ms. Ishwari, what are the benefits of differentiated instruction in classroom?
Okay, thank you, Ms. Samira. Okay, the main benefit of differentiated instruction, I can say that enable teachers to cater to the diverse needs of the students. Okay, in a traditional classroom setting where teachers stand in the middle of the class and teach the student will be not challenged for some student, while others will other students who are really poor, like really hard to understand, will hard to keep it up. So with the differentiated approaches, teachers can provide support and challenge based on individual needs, such as a teacher can give extra support for struggling student or extension activity for the mastered ones. So secondly, differentiated instruction approach will boost student motivation and involvement by understanding individual characteristics like their needs and interests. Okay, this will lead the student to be a better to better performance in their studies or in the classroom. Okay, for example, choice-based activities and projects such as for science project, teachers can engage students by offering support and challenges. Okay, so this will promote student participation and ownership that and also can leading to positive learning outcomes. So another benefit of differentiated instruction fosters a positive classroom culture. Okay, by fostering positive classroom culture, and can encourage support and respect among students, especially those students who are struggling with what we can say specific concept or skills. So these flexible teaching approaches can make the classroom more flexible and allowing students to work together on based on the learning objectives. Okay, lastly, differentiated instruction can improve academic outcomes by providing targeted support and challenges based on individual needs, interests, and abilities. So, teachers can help us, students who are struggling with readings. For example, teachers can what we say can form a small group instruction or give an one to one teaching, like, and also like leading to improve academic achievement. So I can say that this approach also increased motivation, engagement, and attitude towards schools, and ultimately leading to increased academic successful. Okay. In a nutshell, by implementing such approaches in classroom, teachers can conduct a class with in effectively and can provide a high quality of education for all the students. That's all from me.
Thank you, Kishwari, for your explanations. We appreciate it. Okay, Miss Babatani, if you don't mind, as a teacher, can you share with us how would you approach differentiate instruction in your classroom?
Yes, certainly I will share because it's a very good experience, I could say. So I had students in my high school. Before that, I teach English in my school. So students in my classes, they are at different levels, different reading levels. So while some students struggle with fundamental comprehension abilities, others were keen readers and they can rapidly understand complicated literature. Taking into account this variation, for this variation, I also created a unit on a classic work that called for varying comprehension and participation level. I used diverse tactics such as tiered and varied assignment to account for varying preparedness and to understand standard evaluation. I designed assignments in tiers so that provided in several ways to engage with the book. As a result, every student work at a level appropriate to their preparedness. I also permitted a variety of assessment because I understood that standard evaluation would not adequately reflect the wide range of talents and skills possessed by all my students. So some students choose to write essays and some choose to make visual aids and participate in few Socratic dialogues. So in this, I saw that using these diverse tactics lead to increased engagement in my classroom, and it has also improved understanding, and I've also created a better learning environment in my classroom. So when the content was taught at a level appropriate for their level, students who had trouble understanding the novel or the literature felt more involved and confident. So the increasingly difficult assignment challenged and inspired advanced students. So by customizing the training, the assessment to each and every student's preparation level, the literature was better understood and comprehended well by the students. So this customized instruction and flexible grouping helped me to create a welcoming and inclusive learning environment. So students acknowledged and valued one another's aptitudes and learning methods. So this experience strengthened my conviction and instruction has to be differentiated. It's shown that changing instructions strategies to meet new students or needs of students with varying levels of preparation. It helps both advanced and average learners, fostering a more welcoming and productive learning environment for all my students. So that's all about my experience on differentiated instruction. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Bhuvatani, for share with us your experience as teacher. So I believe that as a student, we also have our own experience about differentiate instruction, right? So, Miss Hishwari, if you don't mind, can you share with us your experience as a student about differentiate instruction and share with us how your teacher applied this approach in your classroom?
Sure, Jane. Okay. As I can say, as a student, differentiated instruction in a traditional classroom can help us with different learning styles, interests, and readiness levels. So in that case, in my experience, when I was in secondary school, and I can say that myself as a visual learner might find difficulty in history subject, and for learn that I need additional visual resources and hands-on activities to learn more better and easy for me to understand the topic. So with differentiated instruction, my teacher could provide targeted intervention or alternative learning materials to help students like me to overcome these type of challenges. For example, alternative materials means like a mind map, other resources to help us to learn more better about the subject. So this approach creates an inclusive and supportive environment, and recognizing and value the diverse learning needs of each student. So I think that this approach allows students to learn their own pace and explore their interests and feel more confident in their abilities. So therefore, I think that differentiated instruction can lead to improved learning outcomes by addressing individual needs and promoting engagement and understanding. That's all from my experience. Thank you. Shamira, you may conclude this group discussion now.
Ms. Isri. In conclusion, I think we all agree that differentiated instruction stands as a modern and effective educational approach addressing the individual needs and learning styles of each and every student. It simplifies a teacher's role by facilitating the creation of customized lesson plans that consider students' readiness, their interests, and their learning styles as well. This approach ensures a productive and tailored learning environment for all students in the classroom. Hence, by engaging students' interests and adapting their adapting teachers' learning styles to correspond with their readiness level, differentiated instruction. Um, it promotes a dynamic learning atmosphere. It acknowledges diverse learning styles, allowing teachers to employ a range of methods that caters to individual preferences of students, thereby enhancing students' motivation and fostering a positive classroom environment. Beyond individualized learning, I think differentiated instruction ensures a very personalized progress for all the students, for each and every student, fostering an environment where every student feels acknowledged, valued, and heard. In the end, ultimately, it empowers students and encourages them to engage more in class and cultivate a successful and enriching educational journey and experience for all the students in the classroom. That's all from me. Thank you.